Magandang, hello, salamat, sa pagdalo. Welcome back to the channel, discovering Filipino culture through film, documentary, music. Today we are doing documentaries. This is 10 surprising things you didn't know about the Philippines.
In this week's Mix List, we check out 10 things you may not know about the Philippines. Number 1. The Philippines is the only country where you'll find the jeepney. A descendant of the U.S. military jeeps left over from World War II, the jeepney underwent certain modifications to suit environmental conditions.
I never got in a jeepney. I wanted to do the jeepney experience, but it's so hot. There's no air conditioning in the jeepney, and I'm like, I'm not normal sweating. I'm like, is that guy okay sweating? So like, it's not pretty.
And accommodate more passengers, eventually making it one of the most affordable and common forms of public transport in the country.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Jeepneys are also known for their colorful and kitschy decorations, which have become a symbol of Philippine artistry and culture. Number 2. The Philippines has approximately 180 languages, one of which fuels one of the most profitable industries in the country.
100 Bisaya, Tagalog, 178 others. I love that it was probably 180 different tribes of people and settlements that all came together and they're like, yo, we're the Philippines. You know, it's cool. It's super interesting.
Languages, one of which fuels one of the most profitable industries in the country. Most of these 180 languages are said to be indigenous, 8 are major dialects spoken by a majority of Filipinos, and 2 official ones.
Wow, Bicol, Cebuano, Hiligaynon, Ilocano, Kapam, Pangan, Pangasinan, Tagalog, Wow! 2 official languages, Filipino and English.
Namely Filipino, or the standardized language spoken almost all throughout the country, and English, which is taught in schools at an early age. Since most Filipinos have quite a good grasp on the English language, call centers have flourished in the country, providing thousands of jobs with an estimated profit.
Back in the early 2000s, we offshored to Indian call centers, and then in the 2020s, maybe 2015 and up, we started offshoring to Filipino call centers. And I tell you, as an American, it's much easier to understand Filipino English accent over an Indian English accent. No hate, just it's easier for us, for our ear. And by the way, you guys by default are just incredibly nice people. Like, your customer service is just great.
Of $25 billion in 2016 alone.
It's good money.
Number 3. The position of the Philippine flag conveys a message of peace or war.
Yeah, I got in trouble. I bought these flags, but they didn't come assembled, you know? And just being a dumb American, I put a post on YouTube my first month I was doing this. I'm like, look, I got flags. I was so happy. And one of them was positioned the other way. And, well, 1 or 2 people were very angry at me. I did not mean to be disrespectful, but apparently I put your country at war for no reason, which is something America likes to do a lot. And I don't want to partake. So here we go.
Number 3. The position of the Philippine flag conveys a message of peace or war. Elements of the Philippine flag symbolize traits and qualities Filipinos possess or strive to achieve. Combine this with the proper way the flag is positioned, will send a clear message as to what the state of the country is currently in. Hanging horizontally, if the blue stripe is on top, the country is in a state of peace. If the red stripe is on top, however, the country is in a state of war. When hung vertically, if the blue stripe is on the left side of the observer's point of view, then the nation is at peace. But if the red stripe is on the left side, then the Philippines is at war. Number 4. Filipinos take religious festivals very seriously. Having been under Spanish rule for over 300 years, the Philippines is 90% predominantly Christian, majority of which is Roman Catholic, and were traditionally taught to honor God and other holy figures during religious festivals.
It's very similar to Massachusetts. It's very Irish Catholic here compared to other states. Let's see. Yeah, so I live over here in Massachusetts, and that is very Catholic. The rest of the South is very Baptist. They do a lot of singing in churches. It's very fun. Our Catholic churches are kind of a little more serious, a little more kneel, stand, sit, stand, kneel, sit. But anyways, Wow, Catholicism is a lot more popular than I thought it was. I thought we were just a New England thing, really. But Massachusetts, very Irish Catholic. It's what we know here, too. So, and when I talk to my friends in the Philippines, it seems like almost the Catholic rules and kind of the influence it has on the state reminds me of 1970s America. That's not to say there's anything wrong with it. It's just that's how a lot of the rule sets and a lot of the norms and a lot of what you guys believe and stand by and all that. It reminds me a lot of 1970s Catholic Massachusetts, to be honest. What are these people wearing? These are very interesting hats. Is that Catholic hats?
Holy figures during religious festivals. Some of these festivals, however, tend to be a bit extreme depending on one's willingness to show his or her devotion, such as the Feast of the Black Nazarene during January and the Passion
Translation every January, where devotees walk barefoot along the streets and follow the Black Nazarene's image is their form of penance, emulating Jesus' walk to Calvary. Oh, wow.
His or her devotion, such as the Feast of the Black Nazarene during January and the Passion Play or reenactment of
Sanakulo Holy Week. Devotees dramatize the passion of and death of Jesus, including the actual crucifixion in some provinces. Wow.
Of Jesus' crucifixion during Holy Week. Number 5. Speaking of religious festivals, the Philippines is known and prides itself for having the...
Sounds like my ex-wife. She wanted to celebrate the whole month as her birthday. I mean, so you guys celebrate the entire month of Christmas. Well, it's months of Christmas, isn't it? It's like you guys start hanging up stuff in September.
Longest celebration of Christmas in the world. Christmas season in the Philippines starts in September when Christmas carols are played on the radio and some Filipinos start decorating with Christmas ornaments such as giant lanterns or paroles. Then the festivities typically last until the first week of January.
We don't have giant lanterns celebrating Christmas here, but I like giant lanterns.
On the feast day of the Three Kings. The season culminates in what is known as Simbang Gabi, or night mass, where Catholics attend 9 masses leading up to Christmas Eve. Then afterwards, people partake in the Christmas feast, or Noche Buena. Number 6, basketball.
Wow, that's really cool. We had night masses. We have lots of Catholic churches in town, actually. But we don't have nine days of masses. Wow, that's interesting. Basketball, yeah. Do you guys know who the professor is for basketball? I like watching him when he goes to the Philippines and other countries. He's this like, I think he's my height. He's like 6 foot. He looks little because it's basketball, but he's 6 foot. And he's got these handles and he's so good with the ball, but he's done a ton of stuff in the Philippines I like to watch.
Wala akong picture kayo.
But it's basically like a basketball court right in the middle of the slums. It's about as street ball as you could possibly get internationally, at least that I've seen.
Number 6, basketball is the most popular sport in the Philippines.
It's kind of ironic, right? Like, you guys are some of the shortest people, but you love basketball. That irony's funny. Not knocking you. It's perfectly fine. Wait, are your hoops the same height as our hoops? And if they are, who dunks? Like, I'm 6 foot, I have no ups. Like, I can't dunk. I can barely touch the rim at 6 foot. It's embarrassing. There's a movie, White Men Can't Jump, and it is appropriately named. But, like, that hoop is still, well, I can't tell. God knows how tall they are. But I think you guys still have a 10-foot hoop, right? So, that must be hard.
Number 6, basketball is the most popular sport in the Philippines. Most Filipinos love basketball. It's become a national obsession. Whether it's watching the NBA or the country's very own PBA, people tend to stop what they're doing and enjoy the game with such ferocity and passion.
Go Celtics!
The passion for basketball also extends beyond televised games, as the sport is a popular pastime among Filipinos, with courts and makeshift courts scattered along streets and organized tournaments that pit neighborhood teams against each other in local basketball leagues.
Do you know basketball was invented in Massachusetts? The YMCA. Do you guys have YMCA? It's like a community organization / gym. They needed a sport that the kids in cold New England winters could play. And they had peach baskets, and they hung them on each end. And they didn't have a hole at first; it was just baskets. And then they came up with some rules. Some guy, I'll put some history info around here because I find it really interesting. Put some peach baskets, and you'd have to go up and climb up and get the ball out. But like it became solidified so fast because YMCA's had organizations everywhere in New England. So like this one game that kept the kids inside from the cold winter, that they just taught it to each YMCA, and that's how basketball started. We have the basketball museum here too in Springfield. If you ever come out and you want to go to basketball museum, let me know. I've never been. It's literally an hour from my house. Maybe it's 2 hours, but I've never been. It's even shaped like a damn basketball.
Nice tournaments that pit neighborhood teams against each other in local basketball leagues. Number 7. A Filipino owes the patent to the karaoke machine. The world's first karaoke machine was called the Juke 8 and was made by Japanese inventor and musician Daisuke Inoue in 1970.
Right, it was invented in Japan, but the Filipinos, from what I'm learning from you guys in comments, brought the concept of follow the ball, so it would highlight the words as you're singing. I believe that's the contribution that the Philippines had made after the initial invention was made in Japan.
Called the Juke 8 and was made by Japanese inventor and musician Daisuke Inoue in 1971 in Kobe, Japan. But it was Filipino inventor Roberto del Rosario who was granted the patent for the machine karaoke sing-along system, which he invented in 1975.
Okay, so he invented the system and it followed along. I think is the whole system is that it follows along with the words, and that is a cool twist on it.
Karaoke's popularity quickly spread throughout the Philippines, making it not only a popular pastime, but also a form of entertainment that has permeated even Philippine pop culture. Number 8. The antibiotic erythromycin was discovered by a Filipino doctor.
I heard this is so cool.
In 1949, Filipino doctor Abelardo Aguilar was the one who chanced upon a bacteria which would eventually lead to the development of erythromycin, an antibiotic used to treat upper respiratory tract and skin infections.
It's what I had to take as a kid because I'm allergic to penicillin.
Fortunately,
Thank you, Mr.
Dr.
Filipino
Aguilar
man.
was never compensated before his death in 1993.
Of course he wasn't. He's not white. This is what we do. We exploit everything around us like fucking assholes.
Royalties he asked in order to set up a foundation for poor people to gain access to health services.
Did that actually happen? Sometimes I hate the world.
Filipino doctor. In 1949, Filipino doctor Abelardo Aguilar was the one who chanced upon a bacteria which would eventually lead to the development of erythromycin, an antibiotic used to treat upper respiratory tract and skin infections. Unfortunately, Dr. Aguilar was never compensated before his death in 1993. Royalties he asked in order to set up a foundation for poor people to gain access to health services.
That wasn't clear. Did he actually get what he wanted? Oh, listen to this bullshit. Dr. Abelardo Aguilera, a Filipino scientist, is credited with discovering the microorganism that produces erythromycin in 1949 while working as a medical representative for Eli Lilly and Company. That's a pharmaceutical company from here, I think. However, he never received any royalties, patent rights, or financial compensation for his discovery before his death in 1993. He discovered it while testing soil samples in his home region of Iloilo, Philippines. Dr. Aguilera isolated a strain of bacteria that produced the life-saving antibiotic erythromycin. He sent the samples to Eli Lilly, who successfully patented the drug and generated billions in global profits. Because the company's policy did not... Now, this is true. Because the company's policy did not grant employees royalties for such discoveries, Aguilera received only regular salary. So this is true. If you're hired as a scientist and you're working for a company and they're paying you a good salary, which is what you get paid as a scientist, the things you discover are owned by the company. So this isn't like white people exploiting brown people, which is my initial thought and made me angry. This is just you work for a company and your discoveries are not your own, and that's just how companies work. Eli Lilly developed and marketed the drug, giving it a brand name like Elotocin and Ilocos as a nod to the Filipino region where it was founded. Aguilar later requested compensation later in his life, but his requests were denied by the company. Yeah, I mean, that's common. I mean, it's a contract, right? Like, you sign it when you're a scientist. You're like when I write software, I don't get to keep the software. The company paid me to develop something, even if it was my original cool idea and it makes its way up the company, like, it's still theirs, right? So that's not unfair. That's fine. Moving on.
Number 9. The Philippines is one of the countries most frequently hit by natural disasters.
Yeah, and you don't have insurance or mandatory insurance. So when like earthquakes hit, we hear just like, oh yeah, that sucks, but we got a check and we'll build again. But you guys don't have that mandatory, I don't think, with houses. So like when your shit falls, you're just, oh, there goes my life savings, which is wild.
9. The Philippines is one of the countries most frequently hit by natural disasters.
Yeah.
There are 2 systems that make the Philippines prone to natural disasters.
Ring
the
of
first
fire.
one is the Pacific Ring of Fire,
Yeah,
an
and the
area where a
typhoon
large
belt.
number of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur.
Do you know a typhoon is a hurricane? It just spins the opposite way. Moving on.
And the typhoon belt in the Pacific, which means an average of 20 typhoons are most likely to hit the nation, 5 of which are potentially destructive. Aside from these 2 systems, the country's location and geographical makeup also make it vulnerable to tsunamis, sea level rising, storm surges, landslides, flooding, and drought. Number 10. The oldest university in Asia can be found in the Philippine capital.
I didn't know that. I love learning new stuff. Shut up. The oldest universities in Manila must be from the Spanish. Like Oxford University in the UK was founded around like 1100. So when did they find this university?
Number 10. The oldest university in Asia can be found in the Philippine capital of Manila. The University of Santo Tomas in the city of Manila is said to be the oldest existing university in Asia, being founded by the Dominicans in 1611
That's older than Harvard.
and is the largest Catholic university in the world in a single campus in terms of student population.
Oh wow, largest Catholic. We have Notre Dame, which is pretty Catholic. When was Harvard? Okay, so it was right around the same time. Harvard in Massachusetts was founded in 1636, and this one was founded in 1611.
Catholic university in the world in a single campus in terms of student population.
Cool.
The title, however, is slightly contested, with the University of San Carlos in Cebu claiming to be the oldest school in Asia, having been established by the Spanish Jesuits in 1595, initially as Colegio de San Ildefonso.
I love learning stuff. Very cool. All right. I like that.
In this week,
I hope you guys learned a little bit about American culture as we went through this, and you guys found some things interesting. You'd like to come along my journey discovering Filipino culture through its music, film, and documentaries, hit the subscribe button. I read all the comments. I reply to like 90% of them, and I do live premieres every day at 6:45 a.m. Eastern time here in the United States and 6:45 p.m. in Manila. I also do it at 8:45 because I'm kind of hustling lately, so I'm doing 2 videos a day. If you want to join me for the live, we do chats and we talk about some of the stuff, and you guys answer some of my questions and I answer some of yours. It's a wonderful time. Come on by, grab a coffee, and let's do it. Thanks.